Dad, are clouds made of candy? I said, no, they're made of water. He said, well, Dad, what's the Earth's defense systems? And that's when I realized I didn't have a son. He stared back at me again with his eyes like pitch black. Said, Dad, what's the Earth's research
Guys, this is
defense
Big Bang
systems?
Cinema. My name is Isaac the Bird Shirt Anderson.
I am Tyler King.
That story went on a little bit too long.
Oh man, it was absolutely true. I realized I didn't have a son.
Okay, well guys, anyway, thank you so much for watching so far. I mean, you've only been here a few seconds, but anyway, this is a movie show where we talk about movie news.
Movie reviews.
And everything in between. And without any further ado, real quick, I wanted to introduce Mr. Andrew Small, who's going to be behind us every now and then. I just thought you might guys,
There he is.
you guys need to see him because he pops up every now and then because Christopher, rest in peace, Hunter, rest in peace. They're in class. But guys, speaking about
Big class in the sky.
Speaking about class, Ben Affleck is no longer going to be Batman.
No be Batman no more. What?
Yeah, he no be Batman no more. And if you couldn't tell from his face in Justice League, he really didn't like being Batman that much after Batman v Superman.
Why you know Batman?
Why he no Batman no more? He no Batman no more because movie don't do good, and movie do good, and then he don't get paid the good, and then he don't get respect.
Oh, Mr. Bend Over Affleck.
Now,
I can't believe he's gone now.
I describe this almost like, imagine if Geely came out every other year. That's kind of like what it is to be Batman in the DC universe.
Oh man, you go from being the big jock to getting picked on by the marching band.
That is pretty good. Well, I mean, obviously, you can just see like everyone knows the sad flick. Like the day after Batman v Superman came out, and everyone's like, "This movie's a piece of garbage," and he looks so upset.
He looks upset, and then they post Chris Evans. He's got his hand on his shoulder, and he's like fall back laughing.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because I actually
Classic
really did like Ben Affleck as Batman. And did you like him as Batman?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm not a Ben Affleck fan.
I gotta say he was the bright part of Batman v Superman because the whole movie was literally so dark. Mm-hmm. But in Justice League, it looked like he was just so kind of upset. And kind of like he didn't look like he wanted to work out, so he just kind of like he wore the suit. And he's like, I'll just wear the suit this time. Yeah, I'm not going to do all the work for this piece of garbage. And I don't know. It's kind of a shame because I think the Batman, especially, I was more disappointed a while ago. We've been talking about the Batman movie that's been in like production hell for like a long time. It's still happening. But it was like everyone thought Ben Affleck was going to direct it and write it. I'm like, oh, that would have been awesome. He's a great director, and especially that kind of movie. That's like his crème de quoi, as they kind of say. I don't know, but who do you think should take over for him?
Well, I say you scrap the whole thing, start back over. Have Quentin Tarantino write a script for it.
I don't think he would be right for that.
Have George Miller direct it.
That actually sounds like a terrible idea, I have to say.
What? George Miller directing it?
Well, Quentin Tarantino writing it and George Miller directing it would probably be okay, but Quentin Tarantino should not write it.
No, you let him do some of the, because it's going to be a rated R Batman film. Let the master of rated R films make it.
It would be like too satirical and whatnot, though. I mean, it would be like too wacky.
I mean, it'll mirror the 1960s adult version of 1960s Batman. I mean, it's like Adam West for adults.
I'm not feeling it. And also, Quentin Tarantino's been on record saying that he thinks Batman's not a very interesting character and he would never write for him.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, Ben Affleck, sorry it didn't work out for you.
David Fincher should direct it.
David Fincher should direct a Batman movie.
And write it.
I don't know. John Hamm, maybe Black Batman? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, speaking about Black Batman, Marvel movies are now going to be sometimes R-rated, maybe. That was news. So now we've been talking a little bit about Fox has been acquired by Disney, and now they have Mr. Deadpool under their roster, and everyone's like, well, what's going to happen with this? And that was my big concern. I'm like, are they still going to be making these R-rated movies, or are they going to have to tone them down to try to fit into the cinematic universe? Apparently, it's still going to be happening with the R-rated movies.
See, what I like them to do is pull, all the Netflix shows they cancel, pull them out and just continue them on. It's like I'll finish them all up as in a film or. Like, I mean, it's probably one of the best, probably the best Daredevil, probably the best Punisher. I mean, just pull them out there and give them their own movie.
Yeah, just throw Iron Fist in the garbage.
I mean, they're already pretty much not. I mean, rated R. They'll be rated R if they were made. I mean, because the adult content.
Just throw a few like little bombs in there. You know what I mean? Like that's all you really need.
Uh-huh.
But as far as the movies go. I don't know. I don't want them to just make that rated R for the sake of making rated R films. But I like the fact that they're opening up the horizons to this kind of thing. And also, we'll kind of bounce off of this. Drew, I do want your opinion on Marvel making rated R films, but also you told me a little bit about Disney Plus and kind of like where they're going to go with Captain Marvel and stuff, and where they're going to go in the future possibly.
Yeah, as for the R-rated Marvel, it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as they continue to making fun popcorn films that have, you know, all the favorite characters in there, good. I don't care if it's R or not. Deadpool was the only one that deserved R because his comic is R.
Yeah.
But as for Captain Marvel is going to be the first Marvel movie on the new streaming service, Disney Plus.
That's right.
So they were originally they send it to Netflix, but now they're not going to send anything anymore to Netflix. They're going to start sending it to Disney Plus, which I thought was really interesting because what would have been really cool is if Disney shocked the world and said maybe a week after you release Captain Marvel to the theaters, put it on Disney Plus. Wow. That. Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. And we were talking a little bit about like maybe they would get these packages that would probably be like, you know, $20. You get like, you know, all the movies and everything. You get the movies, you know, like when they get to the streaming service. $40. You get the movie a week after it gets out of theaters, and you got to watch it exclusively on here. $50, you get them the day it comes out.
And it's $100, you get to touch the actor.
That's called SuperCon. I've been there. It's that's expensive. That racks up.
I don't do this stuff for free, son.
I don't do this stuff for free, son. Thank you, Mr. Ferrigno.
That needs to be a meme, son.
Well, it's not. Our show's not nearly popular enough to create memes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really cool what they're going to be doing on Disney Plus. If they did that package, that's really going to change kind of the landscape of movies as we know them, like at the release date. Maybe they would release them a week before they come out in the theaters on their streaming service, but you had to pay like an up fee, you know?
How about like not do all that and just have one streaming service for everything? Like people want to go see the favorite
It's a sign
movie.
of an end times. It's just like a unified streaming service, right?
Like we did with Netflix before everybody wanted to make their own Netflix.
Yeah.
Look, Tyler, it's already hard enough to find something on Netflix and everything else, all the other streams now. Can you imagine if everything was on one stream? You'd spend more time looking for things.
Yeah, it would be like just a downright kind of like difficult thing to do.
Well, if you want to see a decent,
and also be unbelievably expensive.
I mean, think about it. If you want to go see your favorite movies, you have to get like 6 different streaming subscriptions.
Well, yeah, that's right, because I mean it's competitive. It's just like anything else. It's like TV. It's like TV channels. You know, what if everything was CBS?
Well, you also got to remember,
it's like your shirt, man. It's capitalism.
Yeah, that's right. Better dead than watching Netflix all the time.
Yeah.
Because we need a little Hulu in our lives.
Well, I got
a little bit of Amazon in our drink, a little bit of Hulu in our life, a little bit of James Gunn directing Suicide Squad 2. Tyler, what you mean?
I got the libertarian route, and I just go and bootleg it all, everything. Bootleg it all for free.
Heard. Well, anyway, yeah, like I just said, James Gunn is going to be directing Suicide Squad 2. He's possibly directing it, but he's definitely writing it. So I described this a little bit kind of like DC saw an opportunity. James Gunn got the boot after those tweets that were just bad jokes. And
I don't know.
I said it was kind of like the genius kid that been shunned and everything, and he was kicked out, and like the kind of the loser science club picked him up and it's like, we want you to help us out with our team, and they like wind up going into like a debate at the very end of the movie, and then like the popular kids a la Marvel lose, and now DC goes out and high fives and everything. You know, I don't think it's going to be like that, and I'll describe why. But what do you think?
They jump in freeze frame.
They jump in freeze frame. What do you think about him directing Suicide Squad 2?
Well, Suicide Squad itself was pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. So I don't know, man.
Now that was where I was going to come from. Because Suicide Squad 2, it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy if it was like an incest kid dropped on its head and then you fed it battery acid.
But it was also crack baby.
Yeah, that's a little much. We've already got enough handicaps as far as what I've already given it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically like, you know, sucky Guardians of the Galaxy is basically what it is. And so I don't know, because I mean the first one failed so hard, it was like a complete disaster. Granted, James Gunn's a very talented writer, but like I don't know how he would do something different than what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want to see the same thing, but on the other team. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really interested in it. Then again, James Gunn is an extremely talented guy. He might be able to pull something out that's like completely different and really good. But also, we'd have to deal with the actual fact that like the people in this movie are in this movie, like Jared Leto as the Joker. Like, I don't ever want to see him again.
I say like just don't invite him back. Like you just don't let him know you're filming it.
It's kind of like you just take him off the schedule.
And just have like Joaquin Phoenix show up there.
It's kind of like Jared Leto just shows up on set one day, like a full-length character. He's like, "Where's my name on the call sheet?" Jared, we decided to take you off.
We cut your hours, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, you're acting part-time now. Well, this is just super. Guess I'm just gonna go back to the set of something else.
Go back to Mars, freak, and then I'll slam the door on
him. He's gonna be something else too. I forgot. He's playing Morbius in that movie. Right?
Oh yeah, he's Morbius, the living vampire.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's a good actor. He's sucked in that. But anyway, yeah, James Gunn directing that. Probably not a great idea, but at least it's talent. Tyler, any last thoughts on that?
Toy Story 4 is coming out. That's my thought.
Okay, well that's our next topic is Toy Story 4. The trailer was released for the Super Bowl.
And it was people holding hands and dancing, and about the whole little, I guess they're trapped in the carnival. I remember because I think Buzz Lightyear's up as a prize and he gets kicked in the head.
Oof.
I did say that.
This is my thoughts. So I saw this trailer. And like everybody pretty much knows Toy Story is like when you say like what's the best Pixar movie, you're basically just trying to figure out which Toy Story is the best.
Yeah.
Because they're so well done, they're so like perfectly timed comedy wise. There's such great storytelling. Adults can watch it, kids can watch it. It's great. And you had one that set everything up. You had a second one that kind of put the characters through all these different challenges they'd never been. You introduced new characters. Third one was a brilliant send off to all these wonderful characters. And, Andy drove off in the sunset, and now the toys have a new home. Perfect.
See,
leave it.
I had a few issues with that, though.
Well,
I mean, apparently Woody's worth a fortune.
Well, who cares about that?
And he's a family toy, and he just gave it away to some girl down the street.
But it was about letting go and growing up. It was really
I
beautiful.
would have sold Woody. I would have sold that toy. I would have sold
You're
it.
just like Al.
He should have sold it and paid for college where he was going.
You're like Al from Al's Toy Barn. You're just selfish and greedy, and now you're going to be in a chicken suit for the rest of your life.
No,
because the
that's
toys
not
are going
true.
to jump out of your airport terminal thing, and they're going to revolt, and you're going to get stuck with Stinky Pete. But anyway, why make a fourth one? The fourth is like such a terrible idea.
I got the plot for it. That's when they realized that they can't compete with an iPad.
What do you mean?
Like, they all like realize, that toys are nothing anymore. They lose out to the iPad.
Okay.
The premise for this movie is Disney wants money.
What?
Lots of it.
Oh.
Lots of money. Give me all the money.
You mean that franchises are just made for people to buy things like a product?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like the only reason why this thing is happening is because money. And also it feels like it's something that's been made 4 years ago because Key and Peele are in it. Remember Key and Peele? Those people that were on Comedy Central, you like those guys, right?
Hold on a minute. There's going to be a fidget spinner in this one.
That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it's very evident when we'll end on this. They're in a carnival of some sort, and they're either stuck in the carnival or it's like a carnival adventure. I don't know. I don't really care. Only bad things can come of this, of like just kind of messing up what it came before. It's kind of like when Crystal Skull came out. Only bad things could really happen with this. Partly because George Lucas was involved, but just let them be. It ended so perfectly. Why you got to do another one? Like this is only going to be a misstep. But
they should have just sold this to Sony and been done with it.
Gosh, if they sold it to Sony, that would be like the death of it. They would be like time travel in it. It'd be like 17 different people in there, like villain wise, and it would also have like extreme product placement.
No, it should have went pretty much the Sony route, just doing the old yellow treatment. Bring out back and shoot in the head. That's not what they do all their movies.
That's after the movie's been shot already.
Boom!
And that's usually the actors that do that.
It's like watching them release a movie. It's like they stabbed to death and you slowly watch it bleed to death on screen. That's about the summary of a Sony film.
But guys, let us know what you guys think about all the topics that we talked about at facebook.com/Studio67NCC. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Well, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, I was going to say something.
What were you going to say?
I'll probably watch the movie.
Congratulations. Guys, we'll be right back.
When it comes to culinary arts, Nash Community College is here to turn your burning passion for food into a career. Our chefs, with over 70 years of highly qualified industry experience, are here to point you in the right direction, teaching and handing down classical culinary techniques that will improve your skills and help you cut your way into the food industry. Gain invaluable experience, vital to cooking and preparing delicious food, served in a personal and creative environment. To learn more about the culinary arts program, visit nashcc.edu.
It's time to pursue your career in veterinary medicine. Nash Community College now offers an Associate in Applied Science degree in Veterinary Medical Technology. This is your chance to become a registered vet tech and work with a variety of animals. Learn about radiology, client education, animal wellness, treatment, laboratory techniques, anesthesia, and more. Now accepting applications. Call 252-451-8390 or visit nashcc.edu/VMT today.
Welcome back to Big Bang Cinema. My name is Isaac the Bird Shirt Anderson.
I am Tyler, I hate communism Keen.
Guys, did you know that there's movies coming out this year? Because I did.
Oh, I
and
certainly
we all
did.
do. And we thought we might share some things that we are excited about, movie-wise, that is, that are coming out this year, because we actually never went over that.
It is actually some big hitters coming out this year, some high dollar tent poles.
Some high-dollar tent poles.
You know what a tent pole is?
Of course I do.
High dollar tent pole. I mean, this is movie apocalypse this year.
Movie apocalypse. We're never going to have another 2014 of just like nothing but like awesome movies all that year for the most part. I think every now and then it's going to be like franchise, reboot,
Franchise,
sequel.
reboot. It should be a song, man.
I'm sure it is somewhere. But without any further ado, we each have one that we want to talk about. Drew, why don't you go first? Okay.
No, it's fine. Just I thought I was going like middle.
No,
It's
I'll let
okay.
you go first.
I am excited about this guy on your big screen.
There you go.
Oh, Gojira.
Oh yeah, I am really excited. I've been a huge Godzilla fan for a long time, ever since I was a little kid, and I love to watch them on the weekends. And occasionally I'll put them on Hulu or Netflix and watch the old ones. So I'm just really excited they're going to bring the whole monster universe back together, and Mothra, and Rodan, and King Ghidorah. So I'm just excited. It may bomb. It may not be the greatest thing in the whole world, but I'll enjoy it. So that's what I've got. I want some Godzilla.
Heard that. It does look pretty good. You actually turned me around the trailer a little bit. When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, it looks kind of like overblown. But it actually looked like, the more I watched it, I'm like, actually, that does look kind of cool. The biggest problem I have with those kinds of movies is like we focus too much on the human characters, you know, and hopefully that won't happen. You know, maybe we won't have an incident like where Brian, the main character, dies within 15 minutes, and now we're just left with a piece of cardboard like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, and that happens all the time, especially when you see who they've cast for these movies. And when they start casting names that are pretty popular, Bryan Cranston in the previous one, who didn't last but a third of the movie. And you know that they're going to focus on a lot of the geocultural sort of issues with having big monsters. And,
Yeah.
But I'm there for Godzilla.
Yeah, I am too. He looks kind of awkward in that trailer, I have to say. Like looks a little like he hadn't hit the gym in a while.
So
But,
what I've actually heard was each monster film is supposed to represent a superpower,
Okay.
like a natural superpower, like I think they say
Like
Godzilla.
helping a child and like
No.
firefighting and whatnot.
No,
like natural superpowers.
like a country, a country superpower.
Is that like
country.
being able to
The
drink a beer and still shoot accurately?
Like one's gonna represent China, one's gonna represent
Okay.
the United the EU, one's gonna represent America.
Is it going to be a Slav one with a tracksuit
It is. They actually got that one.
with a bottle of vodka?
It's Poco the hobgoblin.
You guys missed the quick flick, so you'll know if you
It's
watch
John
that.
Alcoholic Hobgoblin.
Okay, Tyler, what are you looking forward to this year?
I'm actually looking forward to a film I saw about 2 years ago called It, the reboot of the Stephen King novel.
You mean the sequel?
I'm
This is the sequel.
the one that we saw 2 years ago.
Okay.
This is the sequel to that film, and this they threw some big names in this movie. That's all I can really say.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, James McAvoy's in it. You got Jessica
This guy's in it too. He's amazing. He's like, watch
John
out for
Hader.
him.
John Hader.
No, it's Bill Hader.
Oh, Bill Hader.
You,
Yeah,
you were close.
I get them both mixed up. His last name's Hader.
Yeah, John Hader's probably working at like Chili's now. I don't know.
Because I remember like as soon as everybody saw the first one, before the film's even out, it's like, then we get a sequel, get Jessica Chastain to be in it, and showing up there she is.
I think Bill Hader's great casting for that too.
Oh,
He looks just like Finn Wolfhard, like as an older man, and I like his acting anyway. But anyway, continue.
So I mean, I'm looking really forward to it. I thought Bill Skarsgård thought he did a fantastic job as as Pennywise the clown.
How many Skarsgårds are there?
There are 4 Skarsgårds.
I think they're all related. So
Yeah,
they're like the bald ones,
Stellan,
but more Swedish. Sure.
Stellan's
And better actors.
Yes, you're very
The
right.
bald ones.
Yes,
The-
not the
Ste-
same eyes.
So they're like the Jackson 5. No, you can't even say they're Jackson 5.
There's
Jackson
a
5
Skarsgård
Tito,
4.
Nobody like Tito.
Dang, that sounds like a really kind of like really depressing like group that comes by. It's a Skarsgård 4.
Well, it's not like the Hemsworth 3 because the only 2 of them are famous.
Wait, there's 3 Hemsworth?
Yeah,
There's 3
three
Hemsworths.
What
The
does the
oldest
third one do? Work at Lowe's?
No, he's kind of like the Kevin Jonas of the group. Like he's just kind of like probably the most talented, but he probably is going to get the least credit.
He's all I've ever seen him is Westworld.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is in Westworld. Yeah.
He's the security head. He's the security head guy in Westworld.
Yeah, he's kind of like generic looking kind of like big dude. But anyway, yeah. It Chapter 2 happening soon. Tyler excited.
Yes.
Anyway, Isaac excited about Mr. Avenger Endgame. So, I know this is kind of a cliche to say, like everyone's like, oh yeah, the Marvel movies, they're so great. They are quality films, I have to say. They're very good films. And yep, oh boy, I didn't disappear. Thank goodness spared me.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I like the, kind of the more artsy indie kind of thing myself, but dang does this not look good, I have to say, I am thoroughly excited to see where this is. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen something quite like this where it's like this many years going through all these different things, except for maybe like a Harry Potter or something like that. You got to see how it ends. I mean, and it looks super interesting too. I mean, and they've earned the dark and gritty stamp on this one. I'm very, very ecstatic to see where it's going to end up. I'm sad to see the characters go, but this is definitely going to be a big deal.
Captain America's going to die.
And people have been saying that for the last 4 movies. I don't know about all that, but
Captain America's contract is done.
Yeah, he's
that is
dead.
true. If this guy doesn't die, I'm going to be very surprised.
See, I want Chris Hemsworth. I want that Thor to die, but I want him to do like keep Thor going. Like do the whole hammer thing again until they find somebody who's worthy to lift the hammer. Like do a whole Eric Masterson Thor, to where it's a human mortal with Thor's power.
I have no idea. I don't even know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see where it's going to go. But anyway, guys, let us know what you're excited about movie-wise this year. And you can leave a comment at facebook.com/Studio67NCC. We would love to hear what you guys have to say. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be doing it for this show. Make sure you tune into Quick Flicks. On Friday, we are going to be reviewing Cold War, or I reviewed Cold War, because Tyler has a whole story. You'll have to watch the episode to find out. But and also next week on Quick Flicks, we're going to be reviewing the Lego Movie Part 2, the second part.
The seconding.
The seconding is great. I like that.
I'm waiting for the Lego Godzilla video game to come out.
Oh, that's actually happening?
I wish. Can you imagine stomping
You
around?
just made it up? I'm sure it, start a Kickstarter. I'm sure it'll happen.
I thought all the popular franchises had a Lego game.
I'm sure they will eventually. But
That'd be
guys,
awesome just to stomp around things.
Yeah.
okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching. My name's Isaac Birdshirt Anderson.
50 Shades of Legos.
That's Andrew in there. You guys stay lovely. See you next week.